Hi everyone, I am Margo, your tarot reader, and today I'm taking some time to speak to you in reference to the situations that we're having here all over the world with the virus that is going on. Please understand that as hard as it is, we're going through a process of change, of transformation for within ourselves. For most of us, the majority of us, it would probably most likely be emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Unfortunately, some of us are also losing loved ones, and please understand that it is the process of life, yes, as much as it may hurt. Know that when they are passing on to the next light, um, their body and their flesh, yes, is what we will miss the most. But most importantly, they're moving on to the next stage of their lives. They're moving on to next karma lessons that they are to succeed in and to prosper in, as they did in this lifetime. Now, the reason why I brought this up is because I was intending if whether or not I should talk about the subject, because again, it is the number one topic that it's all over the world, all over the media, and I was hesitant about it because there's too many negative things about it being said and the reasons and whatnot. So as I was discussing it within myself and within my light, I realized that okay, let me just bring certain point of views of the source of it. So in this process that we're in, it's not so much of where it comes from or who it comes from. These are lessons that is coming in from the universe and from our own selves, the way we act, the way that we conduct, the way we behave with others and with ourselves. Um, and it seems to me that as much as we try to make some changes, because again, we're not in the perfect world and this is not heaven, we're in between. So there is no happy moment in each and every day of our lives. There's a yes and there's a no, there's a happy and there's a sad, and so forth. So we make mistakes and then we overcome them by other situations in our lives. But most importantly, it feels that the earth itself is going to more negative energy than it's supposed to. And it's not so much that the earth itself is transition within itself, um, as you have noticed in the prior years and more so last year and this year, where we're having tremendous actions in earthquakes, in hurricanes, tsunamis, uh, and so therefore we're having as well this plague that is going on. These circumstances do come in cycles, do come in hundreds of years and so far, or yes, some people may consider due to the religions as punishments of the gods. It can be, but these are also manifestations of our own will, of our own behavior. Have you must go through such devastation that we are going through right now in order for you to understand and realize that it's time for you yourself to grow, to mature into your own light. Imagine what the world can be if you spread love, give love to yourself first, above all, and then to your surroundings, and so forth and so forth. We could overcome every situation that comes aboard within us. If we ourselves get our own minds and thoughts, we could generate tremendous overwealth in ourselves, in our spirit, in our body, and in our mind and heart and souls. Just as we are sitting, most of us at home, it's time for us to reflect and for us to grow for ourselves and for our loved ones. I know I could go on and talk about this. And we are wanting, if you start noticing, we're only focusing on the negativity of what's happening as we speak. Why this, why that, and so forth. We're questioning so many things when we should be acting. Other people are acting and helping and guiding and so forth. But the majority of the people are questioning when they should be overlooking at themselves and understand what the process is. Now, yes, I could have written my speech and talked about it in a different way, in a manner where where it can be more educational and more, how can I put, I can't even think right now because I have too many messages coming in through. But I'm speaking from within, and I'm being realistic for what the messages are being sent to me. So I have talked about this in the beginning of last year, of the changes that were coming. I've talked about certain diseases, certain illness, certain dramas to the earth and so far. And we're looking at these now, and they will continue, and they will be more devastating. So you need to prepare yourself and prepare your loved ones. Yes, you do need to. But you have to start spiritually. I do what I do, absolutely. I do readings, I do rituals, and so forth. But I work with the guides, I work with our lights, I work with our spirits, I work with our lords, our gods. I am a universal light in this physical world. I do not discriminate, either in humankind, physical kind, or in spiritual kind, or in religions or colors. I am all in one, and that is my message to all of you, to become all in one, because we are all in one. We come from one light, okay? There is no such, you can pray to any God, so be it. Believe and trust in that God, so be it. Or if you choose not to, so be it. But we come from one source, and that source divides our lights, and that dividing of our lights is you and me. You and me. Understand that. So if we learn to adjust ourselves and get along ourselves and respect ourselves and love each other, then we can grow more and we can prosper. Not just this, but what's ahead. Yes, as new angels are arriving, as descendants are arriving, so are evil spirits and lights. It is the nature that we're in. It is the dimension that we're in at this time. So more so than ever, you have to prepare within ourselves. You have to see the light. There will be false advertisement. There will be false news. There'll be false people. There'll be false energies. Has it been since day one in this universe? There will continue to be, and worse and worse and worse. But there will also be good coming from those things. So you have to be wise who to trust and who not to trust. As I've always said when I do my jobs in the channels, you can have the trust in someone, but know who to trust and when to trust. Because not only for what I do, there are tremendous thieves out there, but there are also good people out there. There are genuine people out there. But there are also people that intend to want to help you for the wrong reasons. So it is hard, and it will continue to be harder to see who to trust and not to trust. And that is why you need to go within yourself. If you believe in yourself, trust in yourself, love your light, tap on your own heart, on your own shoulder, and say, I love you, I trust in you, I believe in you, I am healed, I am loved, I'm prosperous, I'm success. Whatever it is that you're seeking, trust and tap on yourself and believe in yourself so you can conquer those things. They are simple messages, but believe me, it is trust to continue that habit, trust to continue to continue and do such affirmations. I call them affirmations. Some other people might call it prayers and whatnot. It does not matter what you call it, what you want to log it into, but say it, believe it, trust it, have faith, trust, and hope within the whole circumstances. Go about your day. If you have to be out, leave the home with your own trust. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, however way you want to say it, when you leave that home, and say, I'm going for this and I'm returning in good health. And trust in that and believe that. But when you are out there, also be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And I have to be very obvious and repeat this over and over, because when we're out there, we see people being more greedy, people being more selfish, loveless, and so forth. Not just in general with other people that we don't know, but within ourselves, within our own community, or within our own home. We're finding that people are arguing, people are fighting. But see, this is why this change is happening. We did not want to understand the process of what our journey is in this life. So that is why we're going through this. Yes, it can be a punishment if you want to see it that way, but it can be a time of reflect. And I've said that number of times. It is a time of reflection for all of us and within others. So if you need to pass it on, pass it on. Someone will adjust and someone will understand what I'm saying and where I'm coming from. For those that do, or those people that want that light, that want that path, that want that justice within themselves and others that they are loving and that they are missing now, or that they are passing as we speak. So pass it on. For those that are passing on as we speak, for those that had just passed in the beginning of the year because of the circumstances or because of natural causes, I have to also address those because their light do exist and will always exist. So I have to address those too. I understand where they're coming, where they went, and where they're going through, and what light their dimension is going in the next. And I also understand that their light have moved on to a new prosperous soul relationships within themselves and others, and hope that that journey will lead them into the next karma lesson that will be more successful as in this one and the others previous. Some lights that moved on are saddened and upset because they leave those still in sadness and disappointment and disbelief. Now, the reason why I'm saying this, because as I'm speaking, I'm also adjusting to the energies of some loved ones that passed on, some that they cannot and understand why they moved on and do not and refuse to move on, and some are in a dementia, in a cycle where they don't want to cross it and they don't want to be alone. They want to take the person that they're left, and I'm this is about a message, but unfortunately or fortunately, the graphs and the energy that I'm sensing, I have to pass it on. It is what it is. When I am chanting, when I am in that energy, not only am I speaking for what is going on, but also for the energies of the lights of the people that are passing in here. So I have to acknowledge those. I acknowledge each and every time when I'm in this transit, I have to acknowledge not only the living in the flesh, but also the spirits of the lights. Okay? So some are at this point understanding. It just might be that there is someone in this channel that just happened to click in and are in that channel and wanting to know what it is I'm about. So I feel that this person that just it's in a transition stage, meaning that they passed this year or in that transition. It may be that light, it's still in the visual physical form at this time before passing. So now you're having some type of asking yourself, questioning yourself, and you don't know how to accept this, or you don't even know what decision will be of you if anything were to be. I know that I'm sounding a bit off for a lot of people, but I am transitioning such energy at this moment, so I am passing the messages for those person that I am connecting with at this time. It might be your loved one, it might be yourself, and it might be someone that just recently passed in or is about. I feel that at this moment, you have your hands within yourself in this motion, or that guide is, and it's saying to themselves, now I understand a little bit of what is being within me in my whole life, my whole journey that I've been to. So this is a person that has been long lasting in this earth. Maybe it's an older person. And they feel that as afraid as they were to pass or is afraid to pass, they feel that they come in together and they understand that we have learned such lessons, and as not ready yet to pass on, they will learn to accept the journey. And from this moment on, they will learn to appreciate and love everything that they've learned in this lesson, including the hard lessons. Now that's a remarkable light that I am sensing, because they struggle in this life, however many. It could have been a poor or healthy person or a wealthy person, but they struggle. So their struggle must have been emotionally most of the time. Maybe they did have some type of depression, did not know or did not let people know. So now they're wanting to come in within and learn and accept that if they could have know now what they know now in this transition moment, they would have done things differently. There is no shame, is what I'm letting that light know. That there is no shame of what you could have or couldn't have done. Nothing is just to be. Everything is to be. Okay? We go through process and we might not learn it in an early age. We might learn in the middle age. We might learn it in our last stages of our last years. At the last moment, it does not matter as long as we understand that. Maybe when I'm teaching this or I'm saying this, there are people that are being naive about it, and so be it. Their light, their journey, their soul is not ready to be accepted, is not ready to align themselves with their own self, with their own light, and understand what the path is. A lot of us do not understand the path that we're in here or why we're here. Well, guess what? However this messages touch you, however way that I can help you in that journey, then let I be. It is what it is, as I'm helping this guide, this spirit that I'm sensing. So know that that peace that light feels is internal, but full of love, full of joy. I sense the tears, I sense the joy within that light. I sense, as I'm sensing right now, I have my throat in a knot where I want to burst in tears, but it's bursting tears of joy for that light that has or is about to move. It's sense of joy to understand that now they feel that even the bad journeys that they had in this lifetime has brought them in tremendous fulfillment. They may have not seen it in this lifetime, but now they understand. Their fears are fading away, and they're fulfilling their soul with experiments of the good and the bad. So most likely this light that I'm sensing will have another dimension, another light, and if you want to call it reincarnation, so be it. It is so. It does exist. And so this person will come about again. It might come about within one of your loved ones or one of your neighbors or someone that they loved and cherished through that cycle, through that energy. Know that when we lose a loved one, it's only what we're losing is the flesh, not the spirit, not their light. For as long as you think of them and love them, for as long as you're needing them, call upon them and they're with you. They will always be with you because the light exists to eternal life. It does not fade away. It does not die. It lives and it drives more up living in the spirit world. So they are with you and they will always be with you until the moment that you feel that there's no need more of those, of having them within you. I guess I lost the journey of the speech that I was going to there, so I apologize for those that didn't want to hear that. Okay. So as I had a number of things that I needed to say, that I needed to speak on, but it is what it is, right? I'm only here to deliver. Please be more kind to yourself and to others. I have to express it. This time, and again, it's a time of reflection for all of us. So find the time to grow within yourselves. You have plenty of it now. Some may not, because we have to take care of our loved ones at home, and then we still have to go out there and work, and so far and so far. But this is about stopping the time, the busy cycle that you have, and then now start understanding and prioritize. Because a lot of people depend on materials. That greed is overwhelming, and everything that we're going through is one of the reasons why. We're coming into this light to acknowledge wealth, material, car, home, jewelry, money, fame, etc. That's not the reason while we were being sent here. We have to learn karmic lessons, accept those and give those. But this is about learning and adjusting in our own self-being and for others as well. When you see that person from today on, see the light, don't see the physical form. When someone finds true love, true source of love, because there's a number of love, but true source of love, people might call it soulmates, karma, whatever, however you suit it to. But when you find that source, that light of love, that can come in partnership, in friendship, in familyship, however, petship, you name it, it does exist. But when you find that source of true light, true love, when you see that person, you're not seeing their physical body. It could have been what attracted you to them at first, because again, we are in a physical earth. But what you love about that person, it's their soul, their light. And most of the time, that true love comes in the opposite of what you're seeking and what you're wanting. You find yourself missing and loving that someone that you never thought you could, that does not stand to your standards. It can be that you can't believe, and you're rejecting it for those reasons. Why? Because maybe you're set on someone, for example, that is 6 feet tall, blue eyes, wealthy, mansion, you name it. It's just an example. But yet you meet someone that is 5'10", 5'5", maybe a bit dark, for example. Maybe a bald, maybe not. Has a regular steady job, but may not be wealthy for the moment, or however it may be. And so therefore you're rejecting that person because it's not what you're wanting, or what you set your standards to, or what your standards were meant to believe. But yet something attracts you to that person. Now, this is an example. It could be your energy in different hundreds of ways, thousands and millions of ways. And so, but something keeps calling you back to that person. You cannot explain it, but you feel it, you sense it. And what is that? You're asking yourself. If so, you should. Well, that is their soul, their being. It can be a relationship that you've had in the past. It can be that soul connection, and most of the time it is. But it is their soul divine that you're sensing. It is the inner self that you're sensing and feeling and wanting. You see? That is true love. That is true love. But if you decide to let go of that love, of that spirit, that light that's supposed to be connected to you, because they don't have your standards, they don't have what you're seeking from the beginning, then you're going to wash it off and you're going to let it be. And so that light will move, that person will move away from you eventually. It might take a while. There'll be ups and downs within the situation and relationship, what have you, but it will dissipate because you decided to reject it. And so therefore you decided to be in what? In the greedy stage of your karma lessons. Yes, when we accept to enter into this earth for a purpose of our journey, we are in a different form, right? We are in the light, in the angel side. So we have not experienced this earth. And so therefore we might say to our superior, yes, to our master, yes, I accept this and I want to learn these lessons, for example. And so our divine says, so be it. You come into this earth and born, but once your light touches this flesh, it's a whole new thing, because you've never been in this flesh. From this flesh comes another and others. So when we touch base in this flesh and with our light, we open our eyes and we forget what our lessons were, because we have entered a dimension, right? So you grow, and depending how those people taught you, your people, it can be your loved ones, your parents, yours, anybody. And so therefore you're learning to adjust your energy in different forms, in different manners. And you forget your lessons. Now, I don't blame you. Because guess what? We are all in that circumstances. Now, but some of us, most of us, can and will prefer the attachment of this flesh and in this earth instead, more so than what our journey is, our purpose is, and our spiritual light is. So overall, I'm going along here and I have to cut it off in a bit. I need you to understand that there's time now for us to understand what is our golden purpose of this life, especially if we have children and loved ones surrounding us. We ourselves have to go within us and start aligning ourselves for a better path and for those around us. Okay? Learn to say I love you and just let it be, let it sit in. It does not matter if you receive it back, if you hear it back, but learn to express it and have faith in that love or in that gesture that you're spreading to yourself and to humanity. Please do so. When I say love and light, I truly mean from within me into you. When I decided to have this channel, it is because I decided to help you, to love you, to fulfill you, and that is you, your light. To guide you in the best way possible that you can find love and light and faith and hope in this world, in this earth. And what you gather from me may help you and guide you into your next path. Believe and trust that when I mean and what I say, it is so, and it will be so. Now, have a moment of prayer each and every day for you and for yourself and for the whole world. You might not have been in this praying situation before, but it is time, because you have to have time to gratitude and to have faith and to give thanks to yourself and to your light and to the universe and to our divine. Please understand that we're all one. We're all connected. We are connected to our body, to our light, to the earth. Everything about the earth is us. Everything about the universe is us. Everything you see and when you look up in the sky is us. Every bird that you see is us. Every pet that you see is us. Every person that you see is us. So start manifesting and unite into one. Love us. When I say love us in any way, I do mean so. Love us. When I say love and light and love us, it is you and I. It is you and me. One. Okay? May the universe and our guardian angels and our ancestors be within us and help us and clear our path. Angels of the universe and the heavens, clear our path. Restore our faith, restore our hope. Heal our heart, our body, and soul and mind. Angels of the universe and of the heavens. Thank you to the universe. Thank you to our guardian angels. Thank you to our ancestors. For I know that you exist and I know that you're within us. Thank you to all our angels that are persistent within us and guiding us in the right direction and the right path that we need to be in. For I accept and I believe and I trust and I love myself and I love my loved ones. Thank you, angels of the universe and of the heavens, for protecting me and my loved ones, for healing their path, their energy, their heart, body, soul, and mind, today and always. Clear their path, enlighten them with the white light of the heavens, and fulfill them with success, prosperity, health, wealth, and abundance. Amen. If you feel that you need the prayer that I just did, the affirmation that I just did, then pass it on. Pass it to yourself. Pass it to your loved ones. Pass the video. Share it if you like. Whatever helps you, guide it. However way it helps you to grow, take it through. I wish all of you love and light today and always. And I thank all of you for taking your time to watch the video. And I love you endlessly. To my customers, to my clients, to my new viewers, to all of you who are glancing through the video, I thank you for taking your time. Know that if you're needing anything from me, consultation, reading, or whatnot, you can comment below or email me at margourtarotreader@gmail.com or Facebook Margourtarotreader. We will overcome this, and we will overcome any situation that comes along, whether it's in the physical form or spiritual form. Please do trust and believe in what I say, because it will be. We will overlook this, but we will also learn from this. Things will change tremendously. This is something that will lead to all kinds of changes within ourselves, but within the earth, within the way that the earth functions. It will be a slow paced change, but it will manifest, and it will change some of us or most of us tremendously. It will do a 360 for some of us. And I'm sure that you're sensing that energy, that change. So please be patient with it yourself. Continue your affirmations or your prayers, and prepare yourself for that change. But most of this change is for our own benefit, for our own best interest. Do understand that. Do not reject the change that is coming. Just adjust it and learn to move within the energy that is floating. Of course, if you sense the negativity, snap it away. Trust in your own source, and have positive mind, positive thinking. Believe and trust within you and within our loved ones. Okay? Love and light to all of you. Love and light. Thank you.